Hey everyone, welcome to this quick refresher video on Scrum. Scrum is a lightweight, adaptive framework designed for managing complex projects. It consists of a set of roles, events, and artifacts for managing Agile teams. What is Scrum? It's an Agile framework, which employs an iterative and incremental approach. It thrives on empirical learning, which means you learn with experience and observations and build on it. There are three pillars of Scrum on which its effectiveness relies on. They are transparency, inspection, and adaptation, which enable teams to identify and rectify deviations swiftly. Scrum has 5 core values: commitment, focus, openness, respect, and courage. These core values unite Scrum teams to tackle challenges and ensure consistent value delivery. The Scrum team. Scrum teams are self-managing and cross-functional teams, comprising 3 roles, which are the Scrum Master, Product Owner, and Developers. Role of a Scrum Master. As a leader, the Scrum Master ensures effective Scrum practices while fostering team improvement and serving organizational needs. The Scrum Master coaches teams, facilitates Scrum events, removes impediments, and leads organizational adoption of Scrum practices. The role of Product Owner. The Product Owner maximizes product value by effectively managing the product backlog and aligning with stakeholder needs. Product Owners are responsible for the product goal, maintain the backlog's clarity, prioritize work ensuring transparency across the team. Role of Developers. Developers create usable increments, self-manage their workflows, and adapt to the evolving demands in each sprint. Their tasks include collaborating in Scrum events, adhering to defined quality standards, adapting plans daily, and holding each other accountable. Now let's talk about Scrum events, starting with the sprint. Sprints are time-boxed periods where all development towards the product goal occurs. A new sprint starts upon completion of the prior one. Throughout the sprint, the Scrum team maintains focus and quality, refine the backlog as needed, and collaborate to clarify the sprint scope with the product owner. What happens during the sprint planning? Scrum teams collaboratively define the sprint goal, refine backlog items, and create a plan for achieving deliverables within the time box. Key questions to answer during sprint planning. Why is the sprint valuable? Determine goals collaboratively. What work is achievable? Select backlog items. How will the tasks get done? Create an actionable plan. The Daily Scrum. It's a short daily meeting for progress inspection, backlog adjustments, and planning next steps for achieving the sprint goal effectively. Key points to consider during the Scrum call. Focus on progress towards sprint goals as developers adapt plans, initiate next day action items, and keep the discussions short or include them in the parking lot for later deliberation. The Sprint Review. It's a working session and not just a presentation, where the product features and accomplishment updates are demoed and reviewed to determine next action steps. Key activities during the Sprint Review call include present accomplishments, assess progress, review changes, plan future adaptations, and update the product backlog. The Sprint Retrospective. This meeting is to inspect team interactions, processes, and tools to identify improvement opportunities, fostering higher quality and effectiveness for future sprints. Key activities during the retrospective call are to reflect on the past sprint, identify encountered issues, plan impactful improvements, and integrate these into the sprint backlog. Coming to Scrum artifacts, we have the product backlog, sprint backlog, and increment. They represent value and enable transparency and focus for effective adaptation of teams' efforts. The product backlog. It's an adaptive, ordered list prioritizing work for product improvement. It's managed and refined to align with team capacity and goals. The product goal. It provides direction embodying the long-term objectives of the Scrum team. It describes the future state of the product. The product goal is an evolving plan that drives sprint execution with a focus on achieving the sprint goal while accommodating ongoing refinements. What is the sprint goal? It's a clear objective for the sprint, fostering focus and alignment among the Scrum team, created during sprint planning. The increment. This is the product which the team is building incrementally. Each verified increment builds upon previous work, presenting a usable solution aligned with the product goal. Definition of done. This is a checklist which defines when work is considered complete, ensuring transparency and aligning team expectations with quality standards. This brings us to the end of this video. Here are some key takeaways. Scrum emphasizes empiricism, self-managing teams, continuous improvement, and transparency to build high-performing teams. Here is a basic model on how to implement Scrum in an organization. Train teams, start small with adaptations, understand principles deeply, and embrace shifts as you integrate Scrum practices. Thank you for watching. In case you need this presentation deck, do comment on this video or send an email to programstrategy@gmail.com. Subscribe to this channel for more such videos on Scrum interview help. Wish you best.